Hello, buddies. Welcome to Barn Burner here on the, what's the 18th of October already? Oof, what the heck is going on, boys? The 18th?
You sure?
Check that again, please.
You know how I am with numbers.
18th. Yesterday.
3 and 5 was 12 yesterday. So
18.
Right?
Yeah.
Or an after.
Yeah. Are we still doing how many days and still 31?
No.
I think Halloween's the last day.
Jeez.
I'm seeing the gears already set up around the neighborhood. I can't imagine what it's like in Buffalo because I know you, the American folks love their.
They've got it spread
props.
out right, Pinder. You're right. They do love the props, so they're like putting on the pageantry and the show, and they've got the holidays spread out correctly. In my opinion. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because Halloween, then Thanksgiving, and then Christmas.
Right. Here we got the ramrod of
3 weeks. So.
2 in the same month.
Yeah.
We got Remembrance Day, though. That's kind of different. That's in November, I guess.
Yeah.
But we don't really throw shit on the lawn for that.
A little more somber event.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. And rightfully so.
Yeah. A little different. A little different for sure. But we're going to, you know what? It's the 18th.
Either way, you better get onto the Vina Nova.
Yeah, we're going to. That's right. Yeah.
Better hustle on that.
Yeah. You better get after your Vina Nova, those special, you know, like, I don't even know if I should say, but someone in our orbit went to Vina Nova to get a ring for the proposal thing.
Yeah.
Really?
And now he did the asking. She said she did the yesing.
Oh, positive results then.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's like public, if
that it's happening.
It's happening, but I don't know.
That's an odd story then. This
is
confusing, much like what we do.
Let me go to the thing here.
Brett, did you renew your vows? Is that what he's talking about? I know you were big on that.
I'd love to find a small church on the beach and frolic in the waves and
lock in for another couple of decades. Get that extension
down here. Let's get down to business.
Let's bump the AAV, lock you in for some max term.
Yeah.
We'll sit down and negotiate again another 8 years.
The message says that his now fiance watches Barn Burner every day, still at work, and was waiting for an acknowledgement. And I said, not sure how public you wanted this to be or where you know, that sort of thing. He says, yeah, I understand. Haven't told anyone outside of friends and family. She just noted you were talking to Justin from Vina Nova and was bracing for it. Now, if she's bracing for it, is that something that
doesn't sound positive?
This has got to be Connie renewing his vows because we know Connie's wife.
It's not a renewal.
His daughter's runner.
Yeah, this one's fresh. This one's fresh. They're very in love. It's very. You know what? At the end
some
of
that
day,
new
guys,
love. That's gross. Ugh.
It doesn't matter. Because Vina Nova, it doesn't discriminate. New love, old love, third wedding, first. It doesn't matter.
Side piece.
Jeez.
Hey, they're not going to tell you how to live your life. They're just going to help you in whatever life you're living.
Yeah, you're probably right. Because you know what? It's lab grown. Those mine diamonds, they're too picky.
They're judgy.
They're very judgy.
Mine diamonds. The lab ones, they're libertarian. Do what the fuck you want. Just don't do it on my front lawn.
They really look down their nose at you. You sure? Can you wear white to this wedding? Vina Nova, Calgary's lab-grown diamond specialist, the only store in Calgary that specializes exclusively in lab-grown diamonds. Lab-grown, it's the thing. We've been telling you about it for about a year now, and now you're seeing ads showing up everywhere. It's like, yeah, we've been telling you. Justin's in. Now I'm being judgy. Listen, it's not too late. Lab grown is the way to go. Huge savings. The gem itself is often better quality than that dirty old mine thing that they dig out of the ground. Yeah. Why would you do it? Why would you do it any other way? VinaNova.com, VENANOVA.com, or you can go and visit the location. Second level of Stephen Avenue Place here in Calgary. I think he went in store to pick his.
And so we're not making this public despite all this back and forth.
I need some confirmation. Okay. So many people. This podcast is so big now.
Right. Yeah.
It's worldwide. So I don't know what to say. But congratulations to the two of them. I think it's really going to work out.
For a while, it will.
Oh.
Yes.
It's right over there.
Yeah.
Happy?
Why were you saying the thing, but your head was doing the opposite? No. Yeah.
He's not good at math, Ryan. It's
Video.
not his fault. It's math.
Shit. We are, you know what? When one of us suffers, we all suffer. That's the kind of team that we are here at Barn Burner.
Our buddy Jack, for a decade based on Boom's attitude.
Our buddy Jack is down and out. Jack, now you're
at
home.
He's down.
You're at your home studio. Is that what we would go with?
Yeah, I'm here at home. I have 4 blankets wrapped around me.
Oh, 4 blankets. He's
what's
got the chills?
What's the diagnosis, bud?
You need a nebulizer.
Exactly.
Yep.
I might go get mine right now. Just
yeah, you better go do it because I fucking don't even know what that is. It sounds great, whatever it is. What do you got, bud? What's going on, Jack?
I got the COVIDs, I think.
Oh, is that still a thing?
I think.
Is it a thing?
I was telling you. I remember when I said yesterday, Jack was there's missing flats of Origin beer from the office here, and he sent me videos of people playing beer pong, people vomiting all over the place.
So that was real? I thought you were making it up.
No, throwing down.
Jack.
People mouth kissing, all kinds of gross stuff.
Oh. Jesus. So Jack's got the Rona, and he's sitting at home in blankets.
Now, could you eat soup?
Yes, I had some soup last night.
If we sent you a bowl of soup,
yeah,
you would
do some DoorDash. We'll do some DoorDash maybe later for you there, Jack.
Yeah.
But from one guy who has issues of a certain kind to our next guest, we go to the Insider Hotline presented by TELUS. Enter to win one of 6 monthly prizes, including tickets to Calgary hockey games, awesome tech like AirPods, Apple Watches, and more. No purchase is necessary. All you have to do is fill out a quick survey to enter. Enter for your chance to win at telus.com/flames contest. So that's the nebulizer.
Can you see this steamy stuff?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, well, I see you're fogging up the thing there.
What are you huffing there, bud? Gasoline?
Noodles, you would love this. You're a germaphobe.
Yes, I was a germaphobe until I had kids, and then they are the germiest little trolls you've ever seen in your life. So, I mean, you know what? It's like anything. I was a germaphobe until I literally moved in with germs. So there's nothing you can do about it now. I think I've had COVID like 3 times. It's ridiculous. The first time was like traumatic. The second time, it's like, all right, let me know. And then the third time, you're kind of through it. But who's got COVID, and why are you wearing a face? Why are you like?
That's why you need the nebulizer to combat the germs that you're taking in through the nostril, the nasal passage. You get that baby going, you're going to feel better in no time.
You look like Darth Vader. And I guarantee you, in our younger days, we'd be stuffing like alcohol into that or trying to drink out of that thing. So I don't know what.
Pour it right in there. Look, you pour it down there. Some hydrogen peroxide.
A beer bomb? What do you got there?
Better in no time.
So who is the bigger germaphobe, you, Retro, or Noodles? Because Red has all kinds of, we've talked about it over the years, Noodles. He's got light bulbs that go in his ears, and he's got all this weird tech.
Science kook.
Vitamins and minerals and all kinds of stuff.
Longevity scientist.
I got to be honest. The other day, you know what happens? You get trapped down rabbit holes. So you're like scrolling through Instagram and watching people get kicked in the nuts or whatever, all the things that you do, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like, do you have earwax? Well, we've got a camera that you can like dig in. So I bought this thing. It's like a pen size. And I swear to God, it works unbelievable. It's like a wireless camera you can stick into your ear, and it scoops out the earwax, and you can watch it on your phone. It's an app. So you're like, okay, here we go. And honest to God, like my son was like watching TV, and he's like, what are you doing, Daddy? I'm like, Daddy's looking to see what he got in his ear. And honest to God, I was like digging out earwax with this like this little hook on the end of a camera. So it's a camera, like it's like a pen device. And it's got a camera on the end of it with a hook, and you could dig in your ear and dig earwax out. Only $89.99. Like,
there you go.
Okay,
like,
well,
ridiculous.
we'll have that website for you later in the show.
Great gift.
Yeah,
That's the must-have item for Christmas. That is
gotta-
right up Warner's alley.
You got to take that to a party.
Yeah, exactly. Well, guys will be sticking that, the pen somewhere else too. You never know. So we can't have that. I love it.
Here's the other thing that he's got. So there's
My red light mask, Noodles. It keeps me useful.
Jesus.
Can you show him the other side? Like what you're seeing on the inside?
I don't know if it's charged right now, so I don't know if the red
Like,
light...
what do you mean red light? Is that supposed to like help your skin?
Yeah, this
for that, or
thing
what is
lights up. It goes all red in here. There's lights, but it's not charged right
It's
now.
like red LEDs all throughout the
charge it.
inside of that thing.
Put that on again.
And then he wears it on his. How long are you supposed to wear that thing?
Just 5 or 10 minutes, Dean, just to keep...
He looks like he's
I
at
swear to
Jabba the
God,
Hutt's party. Remember the Star Wars, the Jabba's pub?
You're gonna take that off, and you're gonna look like Tyson Nash. You're gonna look like George Hamilton. You're gonna be burnt to a crisp. Like, don't mess with that stuff.
David Njoku, did you see him on the weekend?
Done.
Burnt his face off at a fire pit or something. But
Yeah,
I mean,
played twice through it. Yeah.
yeah. But we'll move on. But you're right about you get going on TikTok or whatever, and that whatever the algorithm, whatever it sees. I stopped and watched. It was a cow that was in one of those squeeze chutes and had this huge abscess on its arse, and they poked it, and all this like river of pus and stuff came flowing out. And it was like, oh my God. So for the next day, I'm watching cows and horses with hooves all swole up and pus flying every single. It's just
nonsense. Yeah, that's the algorithm, though. That's what happens. Like, you watch, some sort of like somebody pop a zit, and all of a sudden Dr. Pimple is going to be like
the pimple popper. Dean put her on the map.
Right. Literally, it's nonsense. So, oh well, it's that's what we get sucked into with algorithms and AI these days. That's really what it is.
I know. And I wonder what some of these people that have these pimples that get to that. Are you not trying to work on that a little bit before you go and see Dr. Pimple Popper? Like,
You have a mirror.
You've got a blackhead going. It's an ingrown hair. Like, squeeze that thing.
Yeah,
goodness.
I know. I agree. It's just use the mirror. That's all it is. If you have a mirror, use the mirror. That's it.
Noodles, where are you today? Speaking of people who need a helping hand.
So I should have given you context on my text. Okay, so last time, a couple of weeks ago, I said I was outside the casino, correct?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So this time I'm inside, but I'm at a place called Casino Rama, which is an office building where I actually have an office. So it's not like there's like, I'll show you. I'm literally in my office here, and I've got like a cubicle and stuff. I work from up here twice a week.
Are you a pit boss?
No, it's not. The casino's across the street. This is a medical building.
Right.
So it's not like
I got it.
Yeah, I'm not sitting there like, pulling on slots and saying, hold on, let me get you my thoughts on McDavid's goal last night.
Money 100.
Double down, all of that stuff. It's I think I've told you guys, I have Indigenous status, and I work a couple of days a week from up here. I recently got my Indian status about 6 months ago, and it's advantageous, plus helping out up here. So I work from here at least twice a week. I come up, and it's a pretty good setup. So anyways, that's why. So when I said I'm at Casino Rama, of course, Boomer, you're like, okay, we might have to have an intervention type of thing. And I'm like, no, it's got nothing to do with me going across the street and doubling down. Although I probably should, maybe play a little blackjack before I head back type of thing.
Yeah. Maybe grab the buffet before you head off to your afternoon gig. The soup and sandwich over there would be great, I'm sure, at Casino Rama. Lots of free plugs for Casino Rama today.
Seriously.
Gosh.
Exactly.
Contact the Wolverine Casino.
Yeah, how about it? So, hockey-related stuff. You mentioned McDavid there. I guess the season isn't lost for the Oilers. They
it's too bad.
Took 3 games for them to get things right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, actually, even the second game, if they would have gotten a save, they would have been fine. You outshoot a team 40-16 or 40-18, whatever that was. Like, they were in good shape. They started like a house on fire in game 2. Draisaitl scores a minute in, their power plays rocking, the building's rocking, and then they just can't help themselves. There's some really poor coverage. I thought Darnell Nurse had a really, really tough first 2 games. And, last night he looked a little bit more stable. Their team looked good last night. But, if you put up 40 shots and get some high quality chances, like, to me, you should come out on the positive end more often than not. But the story for me was the first 2 games. Yes, their first game, they were completely out to lunch. The second game, you needed a save, and they didn't get it from Stuart Skinner. So they went to Jack Campbell, and Campbell played really well last night. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in Philadelphia tomorrow.
Yeah, and so they started the season a run of a bunch of teams that didn't play in the playoffs last year. Maybe the Canucks are that this year. Certainly don't think it's Philly or Nashville. How do you sort of see the Jack Campbell thing going? Last year was an unmitigated disaster. He was never really a one till he got to Toronto, and there it almost felt like by default because of the cap pinch they were in, and he had a low number. It was actually a sneaky good environment for goalies. Like, is there some bounce back for Campbell here or no?
I think there is, just based on, Edmonton's a pretty good team. And once they get it together, a lot like Toronto, they might be able to outscore some of their issues, even on a night where, hey, we give up 3, good, we'll get 5 and we'll be fine with it. That's just kind of how it's going to work. Now, does that stabilize? I've said this all along. I think Campbell will have a bounce back season. He had a bad season last year. And it was, we talked about even the Calgary environment. There were certain players that just, they had bad seasons. They couldn't get out of their own way. Campbell was one of them last year in Edmonton. So I think he's going to have a bounce back year, but I don't know what that looks like. I don't know if that means that's 45 starts, 47, 50. Stuart Skinner played in 50 games last year. It's not like he's a standalone 1-2. So they were going to be a tandem no matter what. Mm-hmm. So I think you're still going to see that tandem situation. It's not like Calgary where Markstrom's a standalone 1. And I think that's a little bit different because Calgary's got to figure out what they're going to do with their number 2. And then with Wolf down, if you're going to give him maybe by Christmas some games. And if Markstrom can be the stable 1, then I think you'll see Wolf come up and get some games as a 2. And if they can find a marketplace for Vladar or feel like they can move away from him, you might get a pretty good player for Vladar because there are some teams that need goaltending. I know LA got a shutout last night, but I think they didn't get a shutout. Was it 5-1? 5-1. So yeah. But either way, I think LA needs one.
I was going to ask you, Tampa Bay's lost 3 in a row now, and we know it's salary cap on both sides. It's tricky to get a deal done, but they're still in a window to win now. It's their focus and all of that. I still wonder if that isn't the most logical one. Not to say
Johansson and Tompkins. Are you kidding me?
They need a goalie.
Yeah. Honest to God, Jerry Johansson there. He was playing dodgeball again last night. I thought he was. Jesus. He's 6'8". You know what he reminds me of? And I'm being disrespectful, and I'm not trying to be. I'm just making a joke. But he reminds me so much of Koskinen in Edmonton. Like, just so big and so, even certain areas like bad angle shots, he loses his angles. I thought he made some good saves last night. I watched that game, the Tampa Buffalo game. Buffalo was the better team. They had the better chances. Hagel scores right with 7 seconds left to kind of make it a game to get a point for Tampa. But Tampa, a lot like Edmonton, and this is a copycat league. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but Vegas wins with the defensive structure of the box +1. Mm-hmm. So you see teams that adjusted to it. Tampa went to it, and Edmonton went to it. And I could literally, game 1 in Vancouver when Edmonton played, I could see Edmonton thinking on the ice, trying to go, what the hell are we doing out here? Let's figure this out. And even bled into game 2. I did Tampa, Ottawa the other night. That was Matt Tompkins' first NHL start, a 29-year-old rookie from, Sherwood Park. Tampa's still thinking on the ice, which that's death. You can't think on the ice. It needs to be habit. So their defensive zone structure was no good. Do they miss Stamkos? Absolutely. Do they miss Vasilevsky? Absolutely. Like, that's the guy. So when you talk about marketplaces, I was shocked that Tampa didn't grab like Martin Jones. And I know Martin Jones isn't the Martin Jones that won a Stanley Cup his first year, but he had a really good season last year playing for Seattle. I think he played in 48 games and at a cap hit of $875, you could grab him for 2 months and let him play a bunch of games for you and then put him back on waivers, and maybe Toronto would take him back or somebody else would have grabbed him. But I was shocked that Tampa decided to stick with Janssen, and Matt Tompkins, who had a good camp, but they literally had 36 games of NHL experience going into this season. And you just talked about a window. Can you imagine? And Brett, I'll put this to you. You imagine sitting on the bench and you're Kucherov, you're Stamkos, you're guys that have won and you don't trust what's going on in net. It's a battle, right? And that's the biggest challenge.
It's always tough. And then I find it even surprising to hear you say, I haven't watched them, that they're changing their defensive system. I felt like they're a team that, 3 Stanley Cups and finals in a row, teams are supposed to play to them, right? For them to adapt sounds awkward, but maybe it's because the goaltender's not there anymore. I don't know if that changes if Vasilevsky's back.
And it's such a steep drop. You're not going from one goalie. You're going from Vasilevsky, who's one of the best in the world, to a guy guys that weren't in the league. Almost.
Yeah. No, and that's what it is. There's 2 things. You're going whoever they bring in, it's not Vasilevsky. So that's one thing. You got to get, this guy is arguably the best goaltender on the planet. And any given night, one game, you take him for the most part because of his pedigree. So yes, whoever you take is still a step below, but you're talking, Vasilevsky and then guys, and then it's down there. Yeah. So that's the drop. And I think the team is going, okay, let's adjust. You also have to factor in, guys, because of the salary cap, that team has had to adjust on the fly. And, you trade for Hagel, you trade for Tanner Jeanette. Those cost currency. So you're not drafting and developing players because you've had to, you've had to pay a steep price for acquisitions. Nick Paul, sign him to a 7-year deal at $3 million because you're trying to keep these players that you've acquired. But meanwhile, it's Killorn. It's the guy in Jersey. I could see his face. Andre Palat,
Gord, Coleman. Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that have left. Yeah.
McDonough. So you've had to move away from a lot of those players because of finances, not because you didn't like them. So it's a different team. That's really what it is. And they've got to adapt on the fly. And that core is getting a little bit older, so they've got to stay very sharp. So we'll see how Tampa unfolds.
So let's bring that back then to Calgary, because you're talking about a team that's in a cap situation. Calgary is going to find itself there as well, especially if they try and sign the guys they want to sign. And they haven't won.
No, you're right. You see a lot of teams that are in cap hell, and you're going, how the hell did they get there? I mean, Ottawa is in cap hell. They can't sign Shane Pinto right now. Like you're seeing that because of some of the moves and because of some of the players you're trying to surround yourself with. And if you have an owner that spends to the cap, you expect excellence. You expect to make the playoffs. Like Calgary fell short last year, being a cap team and not making the playoffs. But if you run the band back, and I'm bullish on this, I think they're a playoff team just by better play from the guys that they have there. And that starts with Markstrom. It starts with Huberdeau, Mangiapane the other day.
I'm going to interrupt you because you might be right, but through 3 games, the one box you want to check is Markstrom, and that has for sure been checked, I think. But the other ones haven't. Kadri and Huberdeau still look
like Kadri and Huberdeau.
Well, you know what? I talked to somebody in Calgary the other day, and Huberdeau needed that empty netter, and he hits the post. And I'm like, just put that in. And he got an assist on it. I think Mangiapane got it. And opening night, I'm like, okay, but just put that in. And it's like you start the season, you got a goal. It doesn't matter. Nobody asks how. It's just like, you got a goal. Stuff like that means something. Maybe it means more to me than to him. But I'm watching that going, just bear down and put that in the net. And then nobody talks about it. So Huberdeau's hit the score sheet and hit the ground running. And I think he had 2 apples that first night anyway. So you feel pretty good about that. But he hasn't looked, again, like the Huberdeau that we saw 2 years ago with Barkov. So, it's still a process, and they're not there. Didn't love their game in Pitt the other night. I think there was a lot of guys out to lunch, but we'll see what they respond with. They're in Buffalo tomorrow, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
I sort of view the Kadri Huberdeau thing in a different lens. Like, I'm not looking for these guys to be drastically different than last year. Sure, you might get a bump in points from Huberdeau and he's happier, but I'm no one, I think on this show is expecting him to get even flirt with 100 points again. Never mind 115. And Kadri just hasn't looked like any sort of game breaker at all since he got here. He's 1 for 7 in the shootout. We're joking about why they keep using this guy in the shootout, but can they be the Ben and Seguin for this team? Like, those are old guys making too much money. And if you can chip in on a second, third line type identity, they can still win if the guys around them are better. Like, is there enough around? Like, there's not a Hintz or a Robertson, but if you get some gains from a Coronado, Dubé, Mangiapane, Lindholm, like, can you see that happening here? Or do those guys have to have big bounces for this team to win?
I think they still have to have big bounces for those, because it allows those other players that it's not the pressure on them. And those guys are making the money. Like, it's not like they're the thing with Ben and Seguin, like there's a cliff, and I don't know how you guys feel about that. There's a cliff where you still have the legs, you still have everything. It's all the package still there. And then it drops off, and the speed, the game is so fast. So is Jamie Benn have the legs that he had 5 years ago? Even Tyler Seguin, who's had injuries. But you're right, you have Ovi, but see, Ovi's a unicorn because he's just a bull in the china.
We watched. They played the other night, and he was I said invisible. It to Boom and Afterburner. I said he's a detriment to the success of the Caps at this point. Well, the way he played that night.
I feel like they are just pot committed on getting him the record, and that's their Stanley Cup. I really do feel like that's their Stanley Cup, is getting this guy goals. But and then there'll be, once Ovi hits it or whatever, they'll flush it all, and it's be a rebuild, because I don't know if that team's good enough to win a Stanley Cup. I think we all would agree they're not. But I think what they can do is be in a playoff race, and Ovi can get, if he can get 35 to 40 goals again this year, now that's their win. That's their and Backstrom. Like, when I think of Washington, I don't look at and compare it to Calgary and some of their older players. I look at Calgary has something to prove still. Washington is, their window is closing with their age and the players there, but they're playing for something else there. That's the way I look at it. They might, challenge me on that, but that's just my feeling. Where Calgary, I still think Huberdeau has game. I still think Kadri has game. What you need is the young players to push them and prop them up. And you want to challenge them? Start taking ice time away from them. Go, who is our number one center? Who is our number one winger? Because if the young players push through and look really good, I think that helps. Whereas in Dallas, that took some time. And I think there was, with Seguin, there was an injury. With Ben, there's been an erosion of play. But he's accepted that role and excelled at it. Like, that was the one thing I always thought of as an older guy, to stay in the league and be effective. Like, you can't be what you were at 26. You better be damn good at 32 in a different role and maximize that and not be a detriment to the team.
And it's interesting in both Washington and here, rookie head coaches, excuse me, how do you nudge guys? We were talking about Spencer Carby. How do you, we're going to get you this record, but we do need a little more from you. We're going to need a little bit more out of you 5-on-5 or whatever. And certainly here, how do you, or at what point do you kind of, okay, it's been fun. Well, the pressure is less than it was a year ago, but the results are kind of the same. What do we need to do here?
These guys have pride. Like, I think it's sometimes, it might even just be a little sidebar conversation at either in the office, show them one shift. Like, hey, this is what I'm seeing. What are you feeling like? What are you seeing? It's almost like you point out something and you cattle prod them a little bit in the pride situation. Go, like, you don't want to look like, a guy just floating around out here trying to get a power play goal. You need to bring more to the table. I've found in talking to more coaches, I ended up having a really good chat with Sheldon Keefe the other day. And I asked him point blank about communication with players and, how do you feel with that? And in the same thing, chatted with John Cooper about it when I was in the building in Ottawa, because it's been the most fascinating thing that I have learned from, when I retired 15 years ago to now. And the constant, I guess, message from these coaches nowadays is hit them between the eyes with the truth, because these players want feedback. Now, I know it's a sensitive world, and how you deliver information is just as important. Information.
Here you go.
Maybe they have better Wi-Fi at the casino.
Jack is awfully sensitive. He just run that right there. You start talking about young players like that, it'll turn off your mic.
Had enough. Yeah, he's had enough.
So,
I mean, if you know how to handle,
he's going to say you got to give them the information. They want the information, but it has to be delivered in the correct manner.
Yeah, and look, these are professional coaches. You get one of 32 jobs. This isn't your first time, leading a group of men. It's not the first time you're dealing with players with large egos, the guys that are struggling. I don't know that it's as difficult as it might feel like it is from people that aren't coaches like us.
See, because here's the thing too. It's fine. Just give it to me straight. I want the truth, but can you handle it?
Mm-hmm.
But what if it's criticism? What if it's a little hard for you to take? Then you don't want to hear it, right? It's fine to say that.
Again, but that's where it comes into the delivery. It's what's with the sandwich, the shit sandwich.
Yeah.
Good.
How's that going for you, Red? Are you handing those out?
I don't bother with this new age malarkey. I just yell.
Yeah, Noodles, we were just saying that.
Am I back?
You are back. With
I'm
some
so
of the young
sorry.
players.
I told my idiot brother not to call. I don't know how to shut things off.
Right.
And I was like, hey, I'm doing an interview. And he goes, I'll call you. And I said, I will call you after the interview. He didn't listen. So can I finish my thought though about
for sure.
The coaches all said to me, hit them between the eyes with the information. It's how you deliver it. And as important as what you're saying to them. Because a lot of these athletes now want the feedback, and you can show them in real time. So, for me, I think you show Ovi, what are you looking at? What do you see? As it's important as showing Coronado a shift and saying, this is what happened. So these coaches, they want to give honesty with respect, and the players, I think they'll receive it.
Rhett loves video. He's on side with that.
Oh yeah. No, he doesn't.
I'm quickly learning how important a tool it is.
Oh, really?
And you know what, Pinder? You know what's changed about the video?
Tell me.
You just send it off to some company called Instat, and they give you
boom.
Everything.
Here's your shifts.
In the old days, it was rewind and record and pause and I missed it and redo it, and a major pain in the ass for
it was the worst. Coaches literally doing video, clipping stuff. It would take 3 hours.
Oh,
and when I was working with Kipper, I would clip stuff. It would take 3 hours. I want this angle. I want this and that. Clip it all, put it on a video. And then he shows up for morning skate the next day, and I go, I got something for you. He's like, I'm good. I don't want any video today. Oh, you're like, okay, just wasted 3 hours of my life.
Unbelievable.
I'd be so mad.
Unbelievable. One of my assistant coaches for the 14-year-old kids, as we're speaking about video, just text me a link to a different company that does the same sort of stuff.
Yeah,
crazy.
Well, there's some great videos out there. There's great teaching tools, but I still believe in a face-to-face chat and just, hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm seeing. What are you doing? And how do we rectify that? How do we work together to make your game better? I think that's where people are at now.
Hey, can I ask a favor of you?
Yes.
Can you come down for a practice or two? I got a kid.
Oh, only issues.
I got a kid that needs a talking to.
Really? You want me to drive to Buffalo?
Yeah.
You want me to teach him the stand-up goaltending, making skate saves?
You know what, you guys?
Speaking of the stand-up goalie, Verdi, I got invited to his Hall of Fame dinner.
Well, you better be there. You better be there. That'll be fun. I'm going to be there.
I should go.
Oh, wow.
November 11th.
Meet at the Sundowner, have a coffee, discuss it, and then figure out your plan for the goalies.
How come you're not in town sucking up to Conroy?
I don't need a job.
You don't need
I don't need a job from him. But no, I talked with our friend Peter yesterday and thought about coming down tonight. But I've got a sick wife and the kids. I've got too much on the plate right now. So
you're on a real heater at the blackjack table.
I was just going to say, I'm 30 minutes away from buying this place because I'm on such a heater at the blackjack table.
Your brother was counting cards. That's why he called you.
Exactly.
Oh, we got a stack deck.
Retro brought it up last week. He says that you are a movie buff. You love movies. Have you seen any good movies lately? Noodles, the movie club.
You know what I do? What I've done now, instead of making it to theater, you can buy them on Cineplex.com and just watch them on your computer. And I do it on the road all the time. So this John Wick 4, at some point, if somebody did the analytics with this guy of how many times he's been shot and like he's got this coat that is just bulletproof, nobody takes a headshot. The guy literally, I was like, he got shot 4,000 times in John Wick 4 and he was fine. And he got thrown downstairs and hit by a car 10 times. This guy is a survivor. I saw the Denzel Washington. What was that called? The third one.
Equalizer.
The Equalizer 3. It was set in Italy. I really enjoyed that one because he makes stuff happen, and it was in Italy, and Italy's my favorite country on the planet. I go there every summer, so I've got a soft spot for that. But I haven't seen like any good movies. You know what worries me is all these movies now. They're all sequels and stuff to like.
I was going to say they got there's another comic book one, Craven.
Yeah, I can't do it. Like it's too high tech, and they're trying to hit every marker. We need this in the movie. We need this in the movie. I'm like, you know what? I want mindless movies. That's why when John Wick 4, there was just guns and people shooting each other and enjoying themselves.
Killers of the Flower Moon is coming out.
I want to see that.
I read the book. Phenomenal and real life.
Really?
Yeah.
That's coming out, I think, next Friday, isn't it? The 23rd or something.
Is that Leo?
Yep.
Yeah, that's Leo.
Yeah.
And I think it's a Scorsese movie, isn't it?
I think so. De Niro's in that too.
Yeah. There's some heavy hitters there.
Okay, we'll let you go. But Rhett's got the mask all charged up. Is there a name for this thing? Oh no, it doesn't work.
I don't know.
It's called the Tyson Nash.
Come on. It's hard. Apparently it's hard to turn. Oh, there we go.
Call it the GIMP. Call it the GIMP.
Jeez.
That's what it is.
Zed's dead, baby.
The GIMP, he's sleeping. Wake him up. Wake him up.
Good.
Look at that thing. Wow.
Your old buddy, eh? Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
It's like leather after you get out of here.
There you go.
A lot of shots to the head over the years, Noodles.
Yeah, we've enjoyed ourselves.
Have a good one, buddy. Always great having you.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
You bet. We'll see you next week. There is Jamie McLennan on the Insider Hotline, presented by TELUS. At TELUS, we're using our world-leading technology to drive meaningful change, from transforming healthcare and making our food supply more sustainable to reducing our environmental footprint. In 2022 alone, TELUS and their team members, retirees, volunteered 1.4 million hours and gave $125 million to local communities. The most giving company in the world. Let's make the future friendly. Learn more at TELUS.com/givesback.
I wish I had my ear lights.
It's a lot of light. And what is that? So is that like...
So calming.
Now it's red light therapy just for your face? Is that what it... Because I know that...
Gets the skin to activate and start making melatonin and all kinds of allowing vitamin D. There's more to it. Yeah.
Because I saw what's at Gary Bracca or whatever. He's got like the tanning bed. but it's all the red lights, and he lays in that thing.
Yeah. There's a lot out there,
Good for
and
him.
old kooky Aaron Rodgers, if you do what he's doing, I guess.
Walking around.
Stay at 500, fellas. Keep
Poor
that
Jamie
race.
Kuntz, it took him 2 surgeries and 2.5 years to heal up. Even Wade, your buddy Klimke, Boomer, he's hobbled up again.
Really? Getting old sucks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Getting old is no good.
Not the best.
That's why you get the mask. You don't get old.
Does it help the whole body?
How's your shoulder with that mask?
Triple quad. Holy jeez.
Jordan's on the chat. Rhett, what's your Starbucks order? You're killing me here. I need one. I go for a triple or quad shot cappuccino.
Oh, Venti Pike black, please.
Well, you're just coffee. You're not Americano. All right.
Yeah. Good old Noodles, eh?
He's good. He's always good.
He's moving and shaking. He's doing things.
And watching movies. Still got time to watch movies.
Oh, doing
Kids.
doing
I
a
love
show
a
in
good movie. You
Toronto.
know, I'm a little sad to hear he's not going to the theater, though.
Well, you just want the popcorn. What else about the theater do you actually like?
I like the movie. I like the theater experience. I do.
Big screen, sound. It is good.
I think I took my kids to the Mario movie.
No, not kids. I didn't mention.
But that's about the only time I go now is if you're taking a kid.
Yeah, but your kids are old enough. You're going to watch a real show. It's not.
Well, the last one was Taylor Swift, and I didn't go to that one. And the one before that was Barbie, and I didn't go to that one. So yeah, it's been a while. Even the kid movies are.
You know what? That should be your weekly outing. You don't leave often, but I feel like you're capable of getting to a great matinee once a week.
Totally. Dark room, not too bright on the eyes. You get a little space on a matinee. No people bugging you.
Recliner.
Yeah, buddy. Corn with some butter. That's a Boomer big day out right there.
Yeah, there's a strong likelihood of that happening. For sure.
Oh boy.
There's no good movies. What are you going to go and see? I was going to call up the thing here. I've even deleted my my app.
Quit on movies.
It's out on
whatever it is, Landmark or Cineplex or whatever.
It's possible it's your shitty attitude.
It could be that too.
Yeah. Go to the indie theaters. See what's going on in the rest of the world. Go see some of the film fest nominated stuff. See what's up. Stop with the Hollywood. We'll just sequel something or remake something from the 70s because we have no good ideas. Let's just remake something. Get rid of that.
I haven't watched any of those John Wicks. Are they good?
What about going back in a day, like when we didn't watch like this? Like there's classic movies that were out before we were even born.
Yeah, like Casablanca, things like that. Yeah.
Would that be? Do you think they're good, or are the people that like them just weirdos?
So you're asking like the critically acclaimed films versus actually like, hey, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
Lots of lists out there.
I would venture to guess that there are some of those classics that don't hold up. That might be regarded as some of the best, like just Casablanca, because you brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, is it a good movie, or was it a good movie at the time? And because we loved sitting down and watching The Littlest Hobo. It was a great show.
It wouldn't hold
you
up?
throw on The Littlest Hobo now, it's unwatchable.
Is it that bad?
There's a voice keeps on calling me.
Fergie,
down the road. That's where I'll always be.
Love Bug.
Every stop I make a new friends.
Okay.
Can't stay for long. I just
What
turn
about that
around
show,
and I'm
Dumb
gone again.
Money? I feel like that.
Maybe tomorrow I'll want to settle down. Maybe tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Ba-da-ba-da-bop.
It's not a movie. We need karaoke for him. That's what makes him happy. This
Dumb
miserable
Money?
old grandpa loves singing. That's his happy place. We got to keep him singing.
Dumb Money?
Dumb Money's about that GameStop.
Short stock or whatever.
They're short selling. Yeah.
Short selling. Yeah.
You know what I saw on the plane the other day? It was Casino. Holy fuck! Did I forget how good that movie was?
Whoa! What a show!
Awesome.
So good. Don Rickles is great.
Oh.
Sharon Stone is batshit crazy.
Oh,
she is awesome.
Double cross.
And Pesci.
Pesci is an animal. Good Lord.
Remember he meets De Niro out in the desert? What the fuck you I gotta meet you out here. You say you fucking prick. He's so good in that movie.
Get the heat on me.
So great.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. See, that movie holds up. Casablanca, I don't know. Hard to say.
You got to watch
you should try it.
Yeah.
I know.
You got enough time in the day. Throw the buns in the oven. And...
I was very busy yesterday. I had to put a new faucet in the bathroom.
I think you should stop with the plumbing.
Yeah, you're not a handyman. Let's stop
Just
pretending.
cut that shit out, because eventually it's all come crumbling down on you.
You have no faith in my
No
plumbing ability?
Zero.
You had ramps in your garage for like
This
6
is-
months, and you wanted
this
to
is
tinker on
hardly-
cars. You never lifted the hood.
It's hardly plumbing. You
It's enough
disconnect a
plumbing
hot
that
and
there's water and pipes involved, and when
You're
they
gonna,
go,
like,
they
bulge a disc in
disconnect,
your back. You're gonna
shit
hurt
hits
yourself.
The fan.
Oh, come on.
Didn't you have a water problem at one of your places, Pinder?
Trying to remember. Yes,
had
we
the
did.
flood in
We had a
Invermere, didn't
major
you?
issue. That's right.
That-
Holy,
You don't want
yeah,
that, do you?
insurance nightmare.
Well, see, if you'd got me to do the plumbing, maybe it'd have been all
No,
right.
God, no. No.
Contact Boomer for all your plumbing needs.
That's right.
Boom, the plumber.
Hey, speaking of, can you guys shovel my driveway if it snows?
In Buffalo? Don't you have the shoveler?
No, I got her.
I don't do my own.
I got a
doing
snowblower and
yours.
everything. You just open up the garage.
Well, don't you have neighbors? Don't you talk to your neighbors?
I hate my neighbors. They're
Why? Sure, they're lovely.
Actually, the one guy made a what was he making on the deck in the summer? He had a big wok on his deck under a propane
Oh, really?
fire.
Big
And
stir
he
fry.
made paella, Dean. Paella.
Hey, paella.
And he looked like a professional. He had the towel over his shoulder. He was mixing and matching and flipping
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
Prawns in there.
Didn't
some
invite me over, the
seafood.
prick.
Really, eh?
Works at Whitecap. If you know him, give him a shot for me.
It's name drops.
Coming up next week, a chance for you to do a little bit of winning, have a little bit of fun with our buddies at Wendy's. Hello, Wendy's. Welcome to the program. Wendy's is letting you win real food with the Daily Face-Off Survivor Pool. What is it? It's starting next week, so get ready. For those of you who smoke the competition, Wendy's is rewarding you with weekly prizes that have you savoring the true taste of victory. You can try the new Wendy's barbecue bacon cheeseburger. Maybe have it delivered to your door instead, so you don't have to show anyone your tears when you're fantasy
I had to see
team
your
is-
sweats yesterday.
Yeah, you did. So starting next week, we're going to have the details for you. Sign up to play the Daily Face-Off Survivor Pool, win weekly prizes, and we're going to play along with you. It's
Be
kind
fun.
of it's a weekly thing. Start Monday is round 1, Tuesday is round 2, Wednesday is round 3. You pick somebody. If they get points, you're staying alive. It's a survivor deal.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the week, there's cash
Someone's
prizes,
going to have prizes. Yeah.
prizes from Wendy's, and hey, may as well do some winning. May as well play along.
Let's get on some heaters like Noodles at the craps table. Let's go.
That's right. The Daily Face-Off Survivor Pool presented by Wendy's right here on Barn Burner coming up. Every stop I make a new friends.
That's you. Friends everywhere.
Loves lots of stops on the road too, doesn't he? This guy's the littlest
Road
hobo
trip.
himself. I was confused the littlest hobo with the one where the dog and the cat had to go over the mountain to the other side.
No.
Incredible
It's
journey.
totally different. Yeah. Would that hold up, or is that a steaming pile? I feel like.
Oh,
kids
I think
still
that's
like that.
I think that's really bad.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because they're talking and they're
Yeah.
The man from Snowy River.
I'm guessing Casablanca holds up better than that one.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I'm not here to judge Casablanca.
Well, you got to watch it. Then you can judge it. We'd love to hear your opinion.
What if you went and watched Dallas, the original Dallas?
I bet it's terrible.
Yeah. But what about Three's Company?
See, I loved Three's Company.
Yeah, but
It's tough. It's a tough watch now. It is, and I loved it. If there would be certain episodes, if they came on TV right now, I would be able to go word for word.
Cheers.
I watched it over and over and over again.
Night Shift.
Cheers gets some run. I think Cheers holds up a bit.
Seinfeld holds up.
You know the thing you notice in Seinfeld? It isn't the comedy; it's the clothes. You're like, oh my god, and it's almost coming back in because that was like '90s. That's what all the young people are wearing huge ass baggy jeans again, and it's funny. That's what I notice immediately. I think the content stands up, no sweat. The hair and the clothes, like whoa.
Yeah, Elaine had some small town hair going there for sure.
For a while, and then other seasons, you're like, damn, Elaine's a rocket. What's going on
Yes,
here?
that's true.
She
Elaine
was back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her and Putty. Did you see Putty was at the Devils game? Was it last night or 2 nights ago? They gave him the tour of the locker room. Oh, this is pretty great.
He's still living off that bit. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good. He's awesome. Oh. He's awesome. Time for the Pinder Report. Yeah. Brought to you by Village Honda, located in the Northwest Auto Mall, online at villagehonda.com. Huge selection of pre-owned, all makes, all models. They're part of the dealership group. So if you go in there, I'm gonna take a look at the lot here. It's all right. Don't just leave. Talking to say, I'm kind of looking for this. Please have a seat. Have some of our delightful coffee. Have you seen our coffee machine? It's unbelievable. 2 different
grinds, yeah.
We have probably access to more than 400 pre-owned inside our dealership group. We'll take care of you. That's the perk. That's the joy of dealing with somebody like Village Honda, your dealership for life, Northwest Auto Mall. They present the Pinder Report.
Off day in Buffalo, fellas. Rhett, you banged up with Connie at lunch yesterday. What's the story? You getting all the gossip?
Connie came and talked to my kids and put on a great show and told them how to stay disciplined and work on your skating. And one day we'll see you in a Flames uniform.
Really?
If I could do it, gee shucks, from all the way Potsdam, New York to Clarkson.
What about Denny Gilbert?
Buffalo.
Rumor was they hit the golf course, like I said. Can't confirm.
Are there some nice courses there? Because there's some towns that don't necessarily seem highfalutin that do have good courses. Like Detroit's got some world-renowned tracks, those PJ events and such.
Well, my old buddy Timmy Connolly has a member at that. Is it Oak Hill?
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Where they just played So I think there are some nice.
Is he
tracks.
still concussed?
Poor guy.
We don't like to make. Yeah, we don't take shots at Timmy right now. Okay.
Still
leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so not a lot of news there. We did have this drop this morning from the NHL, which I don't know. Is this AI, Dean? Do we care? This
they changed the overtime.
No,
they did not change the rules of overtime yet.
That's Shelbyville. That's what it's going to look like on October 29th. Fellas, suddenly 11 days away from the outdoor game. Are you kidding me? How is it? Time's a flying.
So
that will be a capacity crowd. The other half of the stadium you're not allowed to look at, Dean. That's just the one. Okay. The other's a tease.
Is that what they're doing? Is it like WWE where they pack half of the building and only show the camera angles from one, or is it actually going to be?
I think, judging from what I've heard, it's going to be both sides, but that's what's going to look like from the TV side. Okay. All right. Sure. Very good. Nice work not holding it in late November or January. Good work there, team. Like that. End of October. Hopefully get some weather. Haven't looked at the forecast yet. And Dean, we'll see you there.
Saw the refrigeration trucks rolled in. They're getting ready to
really
start putting the old everything down.
Have to play a playoff game.
Is it Dan Kelly, the ice guy?
This is Craig. I think it used to be. I'm not sure if it still is.
Daniel Craig? He's busy, that guy.
He is.
What about the old Bond shows? Are they good?
Shaken, not stirred. I don't, you know what?
Some of those would hold up for sure.
Some of them do hold up. And I was going to say, you know what? Have you watched many of the Mission Impossibles?
Love them.
Those would be good.
They're pretty friggin' good, hey?
I say they're good because Tom Cruise is one of the few people that has final say on how it goes out.
Yeah.
He's got a pulse.
People hate Tom Cruise.
He's got a pulse on his finger, eh?
It's pulsing. You can tell how many beats a minute. Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no, hang on. I got a pulse. We got to recut this scene.
Well, he wears one of those things like when you're at the hospital. It's got the red light in his finger.
Yeah, he's got one of these masks from Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, he's
Nicole Kidman.
When we get big and famous enough to go do some Blue Jay spring training, we'll show you his whole complex down there. There's his people there. It's quite something in Clearwater.
We should do that this year.
We should do that every year. Don't be discriminating others' years. Every year is an equal opportunity to get the bleep out of a cold winter and go to Florida and drink $2 beers with dolphins poking their heads out on the ocean.
I dreamt I was living in effing Florida the other day.
So good. I didn't realize. Having never been there, Rhett, I assumed, okay, well, the side that's facing the Atlantic's got to be the really nice sand and beaches, and the other side of Florida is probably just meh. No, Clearwater is like one of the nicest beaches in North America. It's incredible. Right? That's the Tampa side. It's bleeping incredible. Like huge, long, gorgeous sand, like almost squeezed under your toes.
And sometimes you can find barrels or bags of dope washing ashore because the cartels are dropping in the ocean.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Did you guys see, speaking of Tom Brady yesterday? His $6 million yacht is like rolling out of the, whatever it's not the marina, but whatever. But he's rolling out and he's like all by himself, splayed out on the very front of the boat for all to see. And it's just people like taking photos and video of him. TB12.
He's in the Super Bowl.
I wish Giselle was still there.
Oh yeah, they're
in front of the yacht.
I saw one of the first rebound girlfriends, and the rebounds never work, right? But I know
they're tons of fun.
Interesting. Feel like
tons of fun
sorts of things.
We'll
move. Sabres look like this, fellas. They beat Tampa last night. You heard it from Noodles. Not a great goaltending exhibition necessarily on the other side, but there's your lines. Skin flutes, the skin dog, Skinner, all the way up on the top line. Remember when he was on the fourth line and you couldn't
when I said go
contract?
get him for nothing and they would eat half the contract? Oh, no.
He and Tage Thompson and Alex Tuck. That is a legit top line. And Tage Thompson was supposed to be lost at sea, and they moved him to center, and all of a sudden it switched on superstar mode. That's a good top line, fellas. Then Cousins, JJ Paterka, Peyton Krebs. There's some highly touted young fellows on the second line. Middlestad, Greenway, Benson on the third. Benson's their first rounder. They really like him. And then Girgensons, Jost, and Okposo.
I like a lot of that lineup.
Why don't they have Benson's number up? Like, we don't know what it is.
Don't you be taking runs at Frank. He's busy.
Okay.
Jordan Greenway's he's a good third liner.
He's a big human. That's a good guy to have running into people.
Mm.
Former wild player. I'd put him down a line, but
probably a good fourth liner. He'd probably like him on the fourth line.
Cousins, what a goal last night in overtime.
OT,
love
baby.
him. Yeah. The workhorse from Whitehorse. Is that what they call him?
That's what it is. Yeah.
Decor, some high-end skill.
I'm telling you where their problem is.
Like their top three, Rhett. But again, another team where, the Flames' fourth defenseman is probably better than Henry Yokiharu.
Their problem is their two of their fourth liners are just like ours last year.
Okposo and
Lucic.
What's the matter? You don't have Eric Johnson's number or what?
They're lumbering.
Are they lumbering?
Mm-hmm.
It's never good.
Yeah, and net they're pretty green as well, so you don't really know what you're going to get there. It doesn't mean it's bad, but it's very unknown quantities in the crease. We'll talk more about the Sabres tomorrow.
Imagine if they made the trade I've been suggesting for months. How good they
Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to make the cap work on it, but you're sending Hanifin and Markstrom over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eat a bit of the money here?
Yeah.
For the Flames? Eat some of the money? Anything's possible.
And what are the Flames? What are they?
What are we getting?
They don't need any youth and scoring.
Oh, I'm just
which one? You're making a deal.
They certainly do. Yeah.
Well, there's a whole bunch. Get all the roster up there. I need
Jason
Quinn.
Jason Paterka.
There's another kid that got sent back that was played on the same team as Benson, but it was picked the year before in the first round. Who was that?
There's a Quinn that's a highly touted kid. I don't think that's what you're talking about.
Jack Quinn.
But
do you like Peyton? Do you like Peyton Krebs?
Peyton Krebs,
local boy.
Who was the other guy? There was a kid that was drafted in the first round the year before Benson.
No one follows
out of Winnipeg.
Savoy they picked. Yeah, Savoy. Yeah, he's there.
Is that what it
Matthew?
is?
Yeah. Huh? All right. Yeah, sure. Get the deal done, right? Just fax it into the league and get the capologist on it.
To me.
Work your magic.
Until they wish they had listened to me, and then it's too late because you effed it up.
I'm still not sure how you make room for 10 million plus, but yeah.
Well, how much room do they have? They have 8.5 in cap space.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Do they? Okay, I'll pull it up.
Come on, Ryan.
We can do this. I just looked. There were 6 teams with more than $3 million cap space. It's
Go look.
Like maybe they're one of them. I didn't think I saw a Sabres logo. I'm looking.
And you're gonna shit talk me. Get your facts straight.
Would never doubt the Redster.
I think I saw last night Minnesota had to go with the short lineup. The teams are doing this now because that's how
$15 million Minnesota still Suter and Parise. Good Lord.
Exactly. That's a tough.
Yeah, they got 9+. You're right, Red. I take that back. Take that back.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, okay. That's a deal, Red. Fax it in.
Why isn't it? Why is no one listen? Can't we have nice things?
Well, we know Conroy's wife listens. Yeah. And his daughter wears the barn burner hoodie.
You literally sat down with Connie yesterday. You tell me you didn't pitch this deal?
You should have told him to get off his ass. And make
you didn't tell him about the deal? That's your chance.
I feel like then I'm being bossy and I'm not a friend if I'm talking.
What did you talk about?
Matt Ellis, the Sabres coach, came to the rink the other day because they weren't playing to watch us play and help us. And all he did was talk hockey. And I'm like, don't you want to stop? Like, what about let's talk about coffee? You like coffee? Steak? Let's talk about something else. He talked hockey for
That's a
5
pro
hours.
tip. If you're a fan of hockey, whatever, and you run into a player or a coach or something like that, don't hammer away at hockey questions.
What do you think of the power play?
It's instant. The walls go up and they're done with you.
Monkey, baby monkey. Sleeping
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I had a buddy run into Daryl on the street last year, and he's from Sask, this buddy, and he played it perfectly. He's like, hey, you getting enough moisture in central Alberta? And sure enough, like 20-minute chat. If you had asked him about Huberdeau, it was gone. Yep. So it was like perfectly played. Yes. Oh, is it calving season? Tell me more, Daryl.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move to NHL league notes. The Colorado Avalanche fellows. I feel like they're not getting talked about enough. You know, everyone's high on Dallas. Vegas just won. It's the Oilers year. How about a team that just set a record for most consecutive road wins? Whoa. 14 straight. Ever, I'm talking, Red. 14-0-0.
Forever, ever?
Forever, ever? Forever don't seem to so long until it's gone.
Playoffs.
That's impressive.
Not counting.
It's a regular season winning streak. That's correct. And they did lose to Seattle. They also
spread out over 2 seasons.
That is correct, yeah.
They're 3-0 on the year.
A lot of catches to that.
Was it Nichushkin who was
yes, in
Seattle
some
hot water?
Hotel? I mean, yeah.
Because he scored last night. I wasn't sure if he was back. How
did that guy not get canceled? Then he was posing with like AK-47s. Like, what's going on here? What is happening here? Like, huh?
Mikko Rantanen scored again. God, you talk about superstars
guys
that don't get enough attention
on a daily basis.
Byram on the back end. Sam Girard was hurt a bunch. Like, they're very good.
Yeah, they are good.
No one's talking about them. That's my pick. I like them. Okay. We'll do that bold predictions things. What, next September?
I think I had, because we did
next October.
Did you do a thing for the daily? Because Robert Munich emailed.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do a predictions thing?
Yeah.
Because I think I had Colorado.
I had Colorado too.
Coming out of the West. If I recall.
God bless you. I had Colorado, Toronto.
Look at Warner. See, we started talking about this stuff, and you glaze over.
Yeah, it's true. Let's
get like bold predictions, and you glaze over.
What you're doing is self-promoting your own BS. Colorado.
I'm just saying. I'm saying I agree with Pinder.
It's game 3.
Right.
I mean,
move
Jesus,
on.
like
no one cares.
If you want self-promotion, that's coming up later. Don't worry, Rhett. We'll get lots of that in today. Tonight, only 2 games. One of them, Detroit-Pittsburgh. This is an interesting little matchup. How about an all-time v all-time? Sick Bag Jack found this one for us. So there's this. Maybe this isn't the all-time best, but these are some of the best. So you got Crosby on one wing, Shanahan on the other side, Lemieux and Yzerman, your centers, Yags and Gordie Howe as right wingers. Good Lord. And look at the D-men. Coffey, Letang for the Penguino, Lidstrom, and Chelio, CA just wonder on the other side. And in net, Fleury, Hasek.
Oh, come on. Where's
Sid Abel?
Where's Verney? Where's Osgood?
Vernon?
I mean, Hasek is, in my mind, the greatest goaltender that ever played. So I'm okay.
Well, as for the,
what about Brasso?
He's working the gate.
Brasso.
What are we talking about? His career or his career as a Red Wing?
Hasek was good in Detroit. No,
won a cup.
That's good.
So did Ozzy. So Ozzy would have more wins, more games played.
If you're going all time, who would you rather have in net? Hasek or Osgood?
Jack, get better, because if this is what you're bringing to the table right now, this is shit.
Luke Schen's hurt, fellas. Not
Shut
good
up,
news.
Luke Schenn?
One of the Shens. Yeah. So many Shens. Yeah, Luke. See, there it is. 4 to 6 weeks. Lower body. Remember, he was in Vancouver, and then he's rumored to come to Calgary, and then he went to Toronto, and then Toronto was going to sign him, and then next thing you know, it was Nashville. He and Ryan O'Reilly, they were both going to resign to Toronto, and then.
You know what it is, though? Testament to the guy. Teams like having him. Guys like having him. He's a good guy.
Or he's a bad guy and he's a suitcase. Look at how many teams he's played for. You can play both ways, but he is a good guy. Yeah, he is a good guy.
Yeah.
But you're right. You've seen the opposite happen.
Saskatoon. Hey, Retro?
Chin?
Yep.
Is it Chin?
Brother.
Bad news in the NFL for, one of the, was this the first overall pick? Or was this just one of the highest type guys? No, it was Anthony Richardson, what, 2 or 3? Third overall. And a great start, except you couldn't stay healthy. Even not being that healthy, Richardson had some incomplete games with monster numbers. He's done for the year. Shoulder surgery. See ya.
Why doesn't he just phone at Rogers?
Yeah, get Rogers to perform the surgery. Let's go.
Mix in some milk, dude. Brittle bones.
The milk
He's,
down here is it's
hurt
good.
bag early.
The milk's
Looked
no good?
though.
9 months.
It's too bad he was.
Oh, that can't be right.
I've been driving to Hoover's Dairy Farm to get milk.
Yeah, don't be drinking anything that doesn't go off in 9 months. Oh dear.
Again, the worst name drops that you bring to this show.
Hoover's Dairy?
I went to Hoover's. No way. Hoover's Dairy Farm.
Whoa, get a pick.
Next time you go, get something for me. Get me a hat.
Tell them Rhett sent you. Okay, thanks.
So that's what you're doing. You're going to get special milk.
Yeah. I get three quarts of whole milk and 3 quarts of one of strawberry, chocolate, and coffee flavored milk.
Ooh, coffee.
Strawberry milk.
Sure, this
What
isn't
was
just
the-
like melted ice cream?
Was it quick? Was that the liquid
Yep.
that you would squirt into your milk there?
You could get the squirt in sauce, or you could get the stir in powder, and that
The
was
powder
the
or the-
Quick Rabbit.
or the liquid,
That rabbit was
yeah.
always hopped up on sugar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monday night. This is great. We usually say this for the end of the Pinder Report, but check out the scraps we have in LA. Now, as we know, before you started, Jack, hang on. SoFi Stadium, massive, brand new in LA. Chargers, also new to LA. Cowboys, well-established brand, and really the Chargers don't play home games. Visiting fans, hey, why don't we get out of X city and head to LA and watch it in that new shiny temple? So 17 road games a year for the Chargers, typically. Lots of Cowboys fans, and adding to not just lots of back and forth and feistiness between the two fan bases, slippery floors, Dean.
I was going to say a lot of spilly pants. That was the thing that I.
Pants?
Yeah. A lot of spilly pants going on at SoFi.
This is in LA. Look at this.
Guy's wearing a mask. He's fighting.
Safety first.
Like a guy picking up the
foreign object.
Yeah, that is a wrestling video game.
So you see the splash there. Now, careful. Oh, hey. Oh, slippy. Oh, slippy. Oh, hey, careful.
That's like a Jello wrestling match.
Yeah, this is like when Rhett dropped the Astroglide on the bathroom floor.
Jesus. This is a lot of people who don't know how to fight.
And don't like each other.
Oh, and down he goes, and then
Hey, how they're
down you
just
go.
throwing it random. Like
Bonk.
I don't think they even know who's on what side.
It's just
If you're baby
it's
blue,
just
you
this.
get Chargers. If it's dark blue, you got a 50-50.
Yeah.
Could be Cowboys, could be Chargers.
You know what? Because I saw this one, and I'll ask you guys because there's so many of these now, and we've been showing a few of them.
Yeah,
and some of them are really bad.
Yes.
Are we okay showing them? Because it's
That
truly
one I'm
become
okay showing.
it's become an issue. They were actually I think it was the Board of Governors in the NFL. It's one of the things they talked about was fans fighting in the stands and what they're going to do about this because they're getting online and they're
viral, baby.
Just, please stop yourself right there. Now just calm the F down. They've been dealing with this shit over in Europe for years.
Yes.
They actually have fan clubs that agree to meet and scrap at an off-site location. Like we're going to have a little row here.
Yeah.
like
Let's not go to the stadium because we're going to miss the game. Let's get it beforehand or after. We'll meet you at this park. Let's hammer things down, and then we'll go our own ways. That's the problem. They haven't structured it well enough.
Right. We need to fight
like Kevin Lowe and Berkey in a barn.
Yeah, barn. Yeah, let's get a square dance going.
Yeah. Because there was one in Chicago, I think it was, and it was not good.
Those footy fans,
So
they're committed to their squad. Some of these half-assers, they throw a punch and then run for the exit. Not those boys over in Europe. They're going to stand their ground.
question, Dean, is have these always been happening and it was like it's the same as always, or now because it's on film, does it feel like there's more of them? I don't know the answer.
What's not
I feel like Raiders Chargers for the last 30 years has always been scraps in the stands. It's just none of them were ever filmed.
I'll tell you what's not happening. No one's coming into Buffalo and starting any shit in our stadium because the mafia will take you down.
Write that down. Take you down.
Did you see?
Nobody travels to Buffalo to watch.
No one's going
weird,
into.
eh?
Yeah.
No one wants to fly to Buffalo in the winter. Odd.
Did you see Shooter McGavin was at the game the other night?
No.
Shooter McGavin was at the game, blitzed.
Good for him.
He like kind of stumbled down the stairs and put his hat on, and he was walking. They're like, "Hey, Shooter, see you at the Sizzler."
Happy. We'll see you on the 9th green at 9. That's 8-year anniversary of the worst play in the history of the NFL. Do you remember this, fellas? Do you remember where you were?
I remember it. I saw it
I
this
had
morning.
hope, but it
I don't
definitely
know if it's
didn't.
that far back.
Didn't work.
I only have to go back to
So you're playing Bill
Kansas City.
Belichick. You got to outfox him, right?
On a 4th down and 3.
Like the ball's still at the hash marks.
You got Griff Whalen ready to take the snap.
Griff dog.
He'll snap it. Actually, Colt Anderson is behind him. And what in the world?
You didn't fool Belichick there somehow. I don't know, Rhett. I don't know.
I thought they had him.
What is that?
Chuck, come on.
Oh, dear. And they got busted with the illegal
The whole
formation,
right side
too.
of the line was, yeah.
There were 3, 4, 5
There's
guys
McAfee.
around 2 players.
Is that Pat?
That's Pat McAfee, yeah.
There you got a guy on either side of him. What are you doing here?
That had a very,
Run a play.
very small chance of working.
Yeah, maybe you just confuse the defense and they burn a timeout or they take a penalty, but that can't actually be something you wanted to do. Anyway, happy anniversary, fellas.
Happy anniversary, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, hope you have a better day than they did. Major League Baseball, we got another one tonight. We need a close series. This whole postseason has been routes. Sweep, 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 sweep. All wild card series, sweeps. One of the divisional series went to 4. The rest sweeps. What are we doing here, fellas? 2-0 in both? Texas up 2-0. They're at home to Houston.
Well,
Phillies up 2-0. They're going to Arizona tomorrow.
This graphic, again, seems to have an issue. Because the bottom, when it's game 4, Texas leads 2-0. They're using some boomer math here.
No, because tonight is game 3. You're still boomer, and that's your math.
Look at the bottom. ALCS game 4, Texas leads 2-0.
That's right, because they play game 3 tonight. Look up.
It's not. You're both right and wrong.
Why would
do
you
they
put?
know who's going to win tonight? What are they supposed to write there?
Why would they put Texas leads to
Because they lead 2-0 in the series. They
I
play
understand why, but why would you put that they lead 2-0 for tomorrow's graphic when the game 3 hasn't been played?
When you get game 3 done.
Ryan, shut up. You know it's dumb.
Phone in and raise hell.
You can put what time the game starts, and it's game 4.
You're getting defensive here, so I've hit a nerve. We'll move along. Tommy Wheeldon Jr., our good friend, being nominated for the manager of the year in the CPL, my friends. Not just best hair in the league, which would be an ironclad lock, but there he is.
Need a nice bronze of Tommy.
Yeah, they do. Can we win a bunch of titles here and put up a statue of him? We don't do enough statues in this.
You know what would happen?
They'd be better than that stupid art they've put up. Let's get a bronze of Tommy.
Bronze of Tommy.
You know, but so many people be petting his hair.
Yes.
Right? It would get all shiny.
Look at that flow.
Yeah. Beautiful. It'd be like a good luck thing. You'd always rub his hair before you go to the pitch.
That's right.
You touch Tommy's hair, we're undefeated. Let's go.
It's like that one casino in Vegas. They got dancing girls, the bronze thing outside, and their butt cheeks are all shiny because everyone comes up and gives them some of this.
Oh, yeah, because that's where they rub. I got you. Yeah. It's like the high traffic area.
That's right. And Tommy's hair would be the high traffic area.
100%. Yeah, don't be rubbing Tommy's buns for good luck. That's not it. It's the hair.
Or anywhere
it's his
else.
flow.
Sick.
Self-promotion. Fellas, very excited to announce a brand new podcast on our network that will drop tomorrow. We have a teaser up. Myself and our buddy Jay Rosehill. Rosie from Olds. It's called the Department of Discipline. We're going to be shaking our fists, scrapping. We're not seatbelting. We're tying down jerseys. We're running people into the bench. Little podcast episode 1 drops tomorrow. Teaser's up now, wherever you get your podcasts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it video or just audio, or what are we doing?
Well, there's an audio tease because you need to have an anchor sort of thing to launch the Spotify and Apple page.
Correct, yeah.
And there will be a video show that drops tomorrow.
Nice.
Episode 2 will be recorded next Monday, and we're dropping it Thursdays, it looks like. So once a week, we'll have your physical hockey podcast, the Department of Discipline, right in your ear holes. Subscribe, would you? That'd be great. And I don't know if this is for the Department of Discipline, because how could you have reviewed it already? But I did find this review on one of our shows. I think this was the Babcock Barn Burner. Pinder is a goof. Sunglasses on top of his girl hairdo while indoors. Costed Boomer his job at 960. Into dudes too. So the reviews are strong still. Still got it, boys.
Driving cat.
Toonses.
Costed.
Whether or not he's into dudes has nothing to do with whether he's a goof.
Whether I costed Dina's job
and
or
if
not.
you costed me my job, it's irrelevant.
Did I
Just be nice.
Costed. Anyway, comments are always fun. We
Yep.
Fell down the rabbit hole last night. I had to chuckle at that one. That's one for the ages. Remember the old Pinder You Suck website?
Mhm.
That's where that's top.
Remember
top
Sweet
2%
Tweets?
cream. Yeah, I was thinking we could. I was looking. I think there's enough in these YouTube comments. We could do Sweet Tweets again.
We could definitely do Sweet Tweets again. Yeah. Which is weird because Twitter and X is usually so full of positivity. And
that's right.
kindness.
I go to the internet for rational, well thought out, positive commentary. We were at Greta Bar last week for our watch party, fellas, and RJ's been hammering away on some of the video, the visuals, what was going down at the, what do they call it? The alley, that little sidebar they've got.
Yeah.
Great setup there. We're going to do this again. So stay tuned. Keep your ear holes open, and we'll have a new date for a watch party. I think 4 over the course of the regular season is the plan at this point. Here is what you missed on opening night last Wednesday for the Flames at Greta. Oh, yeah, there's our crew. Look at that. Oh, I think Whitney's flowing around. Smiling Dean out of his house?
Oh, deeper!
Deeper, our boy. Yes. That was one of the early goals. The big roar was after the Lindholm winner. There's the awkward hugger just before this shot. Right. That's the outdoor classic jersey. Well done. Oh, and then Afterburner.
That's right, yeah.
Dino playing air drums? Holy. What happens when you leave the house?
What song that was? It was a banger, huh?
It was a banger. Sunglasses inside. Make sure you hit us in the comments on that.
Yeah, make sure you do. That was a hell of a time. Thank you, Greta.
Yeah, it was. And we're eyeballing a date in November. We'll keep you abreast once we get it locked in. We could have a lot of fun.
And unlike Afterburner, we're 1-0 at Greta.
That is true. That is 100% fact. Undefeated. Let's speaking of undefeated, Aussie Brad did check in. He was alerted to a kangaroo conversation that we had on this program.
Oh, yesterday. Did he? Yeah.
Yes. So
weird.
We go to our Aussie insider somewhere around Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Aussie Brad from the man cave on the kangaroo.
Boom, boom. Pinder, retro, man cave boys. Fucking nice and safe. No fucking jacked up marsupials getting through these fucking doors. I tell you what, fellas, those cunts are fucking vicious pricks. I'll tell you a quick little fucking story. I was coming from Echuca through to Moama. Down in the bridge, we had this me mate. We were fucking 27 stub whales deep. Had this little fucking bloke. We got him in the corner. I thought, fuck this, I'm going to fucking jab this cunt. I'm fucking giving him a couple of one of these fucking woppos. Next thing you know, he's just fucking jabbing away. Thick ass tails, these cunts. Fucking back on a boom! Straight in my fucking face. Missed me by about fucking half a metre. Too fucking close to me. I fucking got out of there. That fucking around with those cunts, boys. Snakes, retro, those motherfuckers can get fucked too. I'd rather take down a fucking kangaroo. You boys come down here. We get him in the ring, we'll fucking wrangle some up, we'll give him a bit of a fucking juke. Retro with those big fucking ape arms, you'll wrap around and fucking throw some sort of jiu-jitsu fucking move on him. Boomer, I'm fucking pumped for you to get down here, mate. If you're ever going to get to your house, this is the place to come. Punch some of those cunts, we'll eat the fucking steaks. Keep punching, boom.
Fucking right.
Undefeated.
Undefeated. God almighty. I mean,
marsupial.
Those jacked up marsupials are getting into this place.
Thick fucking tails on these cunts.
Oh.
We gotta fly him out, man.
I am not fighting a kangaroo for any.
We gotta get him over here.
With your long ape arms or whatever.
We'll sell tickets. Look at this asshole.
That was on the show yesterday. There's some kangaroo had dude's dog.
It's taking him out to drown him.
Sick bastard. And look at the claws on this kangaroo. I don't blame Aussie Brad. You don't want to mess with those seas. Not from the look of it.
No, not today, not next Tuesday, not ever.
And you know what the thing is? It's like, remember we would bug Steinberg about mixing in a leg day? because we can only see this prick from the waist up. You know he's got a serious trunk.
Yeah, and the tail. The legs are huge. These things are hopping like 6 feet fences, no sweat. Spooky. And someone's asking in the chat, what's he calling his beer? He calls them stubbies. It's like the short bottle. With,
the short stubbies.
Stubbies deep. Down the bridge. I see one of these.
27 deep.
That's right.
Jeez.
Swear jar billionaire.
He is a swear jar, yeah. No wonder we can't get a sponsor.
Okay. Well, that's it. I don't know. You can't top that.
No, you can't top that.
Pinder Report for life. Village Honda. Love you.
New in-stock inventory on the ground, more arriving daily at Village Honda. That's where you start your automotive adventures. Village Honda, new vehicle pricing is MSRP. Good folks up at Village. You know, they're also on Afterburner. They're on Barn Burner. They are tremendous supporters of ours. We would appreciate it if you'd support them.
Excuse me, actually, now that you say that, how have we not sent him any gear?
Does he not have a hoodie? I'll go find one. I'll text him and size him up.
Whoa.
Rhett and I were talking earlier. That needs to be a
top priority.
We need to sit down and eat some meat.
The other thing, we got to hammer out a war wonton. We'll meet him at Mad Rose. We'll bring in Greg from Bonton. We'll just let's fire it up.
Yeah.
Rhett, when are you back? Come on back. Let's go break bread with these fine partners.
Rhett was going to fly today. He called me before the show and we were discussing. Yeah, that's
no one else in the world does air travel like
no one else does it.
Impressive. Because people that do it like him have private jets. No one flies commercial the way Rhett does. Like
Timberlake probably rolls that way. LeBron, those kind of guys.
And they got PJs. That's how they roll. They're like, you know what? I just had a little thought. Fuel up the jet. I'll be there in 30 minutes. That's what he's doing, but he's going to the WestJet counter.
Yeah.
Sport local.
Love it.
Tonight, there are 2 games in the National Hockey League, but we've got playoff baseball. I'm very curious to see what's on the menu. For DoorDash, ordering is easy. Open the DoorDash app, choose what you want from where you want. These items will be left safely outside your door with the default contactless delivery setting. And listen up, you barn burner folks. For a limited time, our listeners, our viewers will get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the code NATION25, NATION25. That gets you that 25% off and free and 0 delivery fees on your first order of 15 or more. You can't beat that. Let's go. What's on the menu there, Pinder?
All right, fellas, we're going playoff baseball. Battle of Texas, the Rangers who lead this series 2-0. Dean, I don't want to strike any nerves. That is a 2-0 series lead for the Rangers.
Will it be 2-0 when they play game 4 tomorrow?
We'll tell you tomorrow. They're slight favorites. It's a 6:03 first pitch. How's that for accurate? 6:03 first pitch. And I think we need a series. So come on, Astros. Let's make this interesting. We don't need more sweeps. Let's go.
That's what's on the menu.
I don't want the Astros to win. And by the way, I couldn't hold out in time for the Vietnamese sub last night. I tackled one for lunch. I think tonight. A little pho. You like pho?
Love pho.
Yeah, people say pho. It's pho. Unbelievable. Yep. And with that Nation 25 discount, playoff baseball, warm gut full of pho.
We have a place that we're almost exclusive for the Vietnamese and the pho.
Yeah.
I tell you what it is, but I can't because then it'll get busy and...
You would want them to have success, I know.
No, can't do that.
Are we at a pickle guy? You wouldn't tell us pickle
guy. We got to get some soup over to Jack Attack.
We do.
Use some DoorDash. Don't forget, that's code NATION25 for 25% off your first order with DoorDash of $15 or more. Offer valid in Canada, subject to change. Terms apply. DoorDash. Dash that for the win.
Dash that.
For the win.
Jack, what kind of soup you like?
Chicken noodle.
Yeah, that's the one right now for sure. That's ginger ale, chicken noodle, cough drops. This guy's just at home sweating under 8 blankets, chilled. Gross.
You got some pits? You got pit stains going?
Yeah, it's pretty ugly over here.
I do appreciate the honesty. Guys, it's not good over here.
Guys, it's not good.
It's
He's just sitting there going, "Could these idiots please wrap this up?
Could you please wrap the show up so I
It's
can
like,
go
I'd like to sleep for 18 hours. Please stop the show.
I need to go have some soup and some diarrhea and lay down. Please, guys.
Peanut butter and honey toast.
Oh, that's another thing. I've got some honey. I was gonna do just the free plug for this honey that
You got a honey guy?
This is the best honey I've ever had.
How the hell is honey different?
Dude.
Don't.
Right from the hive?
I will hook you up with my honey guy.
Well, you won't, because you said that about a pickle guy, and I never got no pickle.
And the fog guy. You won't even tell us it's fog guy.
This honey is so clear. It's clear. It's like gold.
Have you guys? So I know you're not big footy guys, but there's a Netflix Beckham series, and episode 1 I'm watching with the better half because he's a celebrity, so I can kind of get some sports squeezed in. It's phenomenal, and he's got a little honey racket. This is what the zillionaires do to get away from people, Dean. You'd love to be a beekeeper.
You mean he's got some honeys on the side?
Mm-hmm.
No, Victoria Beckham, she's totally cool with it, and I think she named it I don't know. Yeah,
kind of like the Cowboys in the White House they used to have.
No, not like that. Bees. Oh. Yeah.
There's money in honey.
Apparently.
And honeys cost money. That's what I found.
You know what? You and Drake.
Give him a baseline.
Table.
That's a hit.
We mentioned earlier in the show, it's the 18th of October. Now, what does that mean? It means a number of things. But most importantly for these purposes, it means time is running out for you to get up to Century Downs Casino and take in some thoroughbred horse racing. Alberta Horse Racing and Century Downs Racetrack and Casino all through September, all through October. Every Saturday and Sunday, 12:45 is post time at the Downs. The weather's been great. If it's not great, they still go. They got a great kind of what would you call it? It's like a
restaurant bar kind of thing.
It's a huge restaurant bar, window glass the entire way to look over and watch your horses win. Like us. Order some food, have some drinks, have some laughs, have a heck of a good time. Every Saturday, Sunday, Century Downs Racetrack and Casino, 12:45. The admission is free, folks.
Yeah, the admission price
is free.
$0.
All ages are welcome. Watch, wager, eat, and drink with your friends. Entertainment you will not find anywhere else. Look, there's Walshy going to see the ponies on Saturday, as you should.
Morning, buddies. Walshy's going.
As
Tell
you
him
should.
Barnburner sent you. That's right. Have some fun.
Century Downs Racetrack and Casino, Saturday, Sunday.
MC Downtown Boomer and DJ Curls. That's your new hip hop name. Those rhymes you're spitting.
And I'm not a honey. I'm not into. I have no reason to like honey.
It's sweet. It's fine, but you have good stuff.
Honey,
ooh,
is so good.
I don't want to get too fancy with you, but if you get a piece of toast, some nice aged cheddar, and the honey, knock you out. Change your life.
Really?
Oh, what about honey and butter on a bun? One of your homemade.
Yeah, that's gonna work too.
That'd be so good.
I'm telling you, though, try that with the an old cheddar.
Okay.
Yeah,
I do like the old cheddar.
But
good. We're more of a medium house. I'm the only one that kind of likes the old.
That's good though. You buy it, no one else is getting near it. That's yours.
It's true.
Perfect.
You got to buy the one with the black wax around it.
Oh, really? The real? Okay. So we're talking a couple of years then.
Do they have that at the dairy farm?
Hoover's?
No. At Hoover's?
They churn their own butter though.
Right. Yeah.
What kind of a promo thing do you have set up with them? What kind of contra? You drop them 3 times, you get a kilogram.
Do you need one more read before
versatile on the show?
Do you need one more read before the show's over, or are you good? Let's do our Betway bets here on this Wednesday. As you mentioned, playoff baseball, just a couple of hockey games. Betway, get the Betway app on your phone. Right there, get it. Get it on your phone. Click the app. You're going to go in there. What it's going to be baseball. It's not just baseball and hockey. Do whatever you want. They got
everything, man.
Everything. Get on the app, bet the responsible way with our buddies at Betway. I'm going some hockey tonight. 2 games. I found a couple bets. Hit on both of my Leon bets from yesterday.
Ooh, nice.
In the first period almost. But it was
that's true. Jeez.
2 points and anytime goal. They cashed easy.
Love that 2-pointer. That was easy. If you got put together with McDavid again, free money.
Washington at Ottawa. I liked Oshie the other night. Get a point, plus 105, plus money on Osh. And Sidney Crosby. I liked him a couple nights ago. On the power play, it's a great power play. I feel it kind of goes through him. Plus 135 for a power play point as the Penguins are in Detroit. Detroit to play the Red Wings. Those are my pair of bets for Betway.
And Detroit on the second half of a back-to-back, if I'm correct, or am I not correct? Was it Rhyme Dog shutout last night, or was it 2 nights ago? I'm going to take that back.
I don't know. I don't think they...
Here's my bets of the day. I'm going Carlson, 2+ points. Get that Pittsburgh power play humming, fellow. Plus 260. That's a big number. And then the more conservative bet, Brady Tkachuk's on a heater out of the gate, 1+ point. That seems not so hard. Over 6.5. I wouldn't mind seeing a little more of a barn burner in Washington and Ottawa. We'll see if it's Lindgren or Kemper in net, but at the other side, it's Ottawa. So, yeah, maybe some goals. We'll see.
There you go. Yeah, last night we didn't really get into it a ton, just stuff from the schedule last night. Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Yeah, scores.
Greasy bugger. Scores for the Kings against his former team. The Kings win that one 5-1. You don't remember when Jeff Carter didn't want to be in Columbus? I hate Columbus. Get me. Not only does he get to leave, he gets to go to Los Angeles and then win Stanley Cups. You don't like it when the pissy pants gets rewarded so greatly, so quickly. I feel like Dubois is kind of a pissy pants. Vegas just continues to roll. They're 4-0 to start the season.
Yes. Good start for
Stanley Cup hangover, or we'll just keep winning.
Aiden Hill and the fellas. Yeah.
Aiden Hill, 24 saves. Carlson scored the tying goal. With
Wild Bill
late in the third. Wild Bill. I was going to find that the parade day speech where it was just a string of F-bombs.
Yeah.
He was hammered.
Is he tarpless? I feel like he was no tarp for that.
Yeah, I think he was tarpless. Yeah, something like that. Joe Pavelski for Dallas, 450th career goal.
Whoa.
450 goals. Ties him with Doug Gilmour for 4th among players selected in the 7th round or later.
Doug Gilmour's drafted in the 7th round or later?
Holy.
Luc Robitaille leads with 668.
Greatest left winger of all time for a while there. Wow. Lucky Luke.
The Islanders beat the Coyotes. It was did you see how many?
1-0.
Ilya Sorokin, 14 save shutout.
What?
14
saves. I was talking you up yesterday. They got fat and sassy, just like the Canucks did in Philly.
They got outshot 24-7 through 2 periods.
Oh,
and then mustered 7 in the third. Goosh. Marc-Andre Fleury, 27 saves for the Minnesota Wild. They beat Montreal. Some are suggesting this could be Fleury's final game in Montreal. If this, in fact, is the end for him.
What, a 3-pointer for Kirill? The thrill?
Would you like to see Marc-Andre play for the Habs?
Why not?
Does that feel like one of those things? Be kind of neat.
Honestly, we were Buffalo and Ottawa were ready for making a move here. Montreal does not feel close, and I'm not saying they're not doing it right, but it's just like they've got lots of time here. If they want to bring in MAF for 1 year, that's fine. No, it's not like, oh, we're too good for him now. No, you're definitely not.
I'm indifferent to it unless he wants to do it. And if he wants to do it, then I damn well think he should.
Yeah, I think it's kind of one of those.
Flower went home, that'd be neat.
They'd love it out there.
Yes.
Unless
you know why? It's because he's French.
Yeah, but if he's no good, then it's no good.
They're still rebuilding. They're not done that yet.
Still,
he's the flower.
They go Slavkovsky,
he's not the flower.
He's the flower, except there's the flower. 545 NHL wins. He is 6 back of Patrick Waugh.
Wow.
For second all time.
Holy.
Is that?
And then Marty'd be number 1.
Marty's number 1.
Holy.
La Belle Provence.
First overall pick, started right away, has played a ton, obviously with Pittsburgh, won a ton of games.
3 cups.
Not so much in Chicago.
Bleep the dog in the World Juniors. Other than that, yeah, pretty good career. Remember they blew that lead against Russia? Oh, God.
Yeah,
I was driving to Fernie, listening on the radio. What is happening here, fellas?
And Philadelphia beat Vancouver. Sean Couturier, his first goal in 22 months.
Oh, it's a while.
His last goal was in December of 2021. Left the lineup 8 days later, had back surgery twice.
So it wasn't just cold? It was a back surgery issue.
No, it was not. It's not like Jack sitting at home wrapped up in blankets with ass sweat.
Poor cold and hot at the same time.
Yeah.
It's not a pretty scene.
And Rick Touche was not thrilled with his hockey club.
No, he aerated the boys. Who do we think we are?
Thatcher Demko made 40 saves. It. I can't pick one guy who played well except Demko. He was unreal. And the rest of the guys weren't.
He basically was suggesting that they got a 2-0 start and they're like, we're in Philly. We're going to steamroll these cats. We don't really need to work. And he reminded them that they haven't done shit.
Shit.
You were undefeated with 80 left in the season. Do you want to hang a banner? You lazy, see you next Tuesdays?
It's because Tocchet had money on the Canucks.
Boy,
I had you guys plus 1.5.
Jeez.
Tomorrow's Thursday. A reminder, get your emails in for Ask Rhett, a presentation of Bonton Meat Market up at 28 Crowfoot Circle in the Northwest, the best of the best. Don't waste I'm telling you what, don't waste. Everything's expensive. You're going to go to the grocery store. You're going to spend money on. This is just. I don't know why I do anything but go to Bonton. Get good quality food: beef, poultry, Alberta grain-fed lamb, milk-fed veal. Ask Rhett at FlamesNation.ca is the email address.
Do it. Also,
we got a few coming in again. Ask Rhett at FlamesNation.ca.
Jacksonville, New Orleans. I'm asking Rhett who he's going to pick in the Thursday night. You got 24 hours to think about that one, big guy.
My old man's lost it.
Oh, dear.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, DUG, happy birthday.
Now he's riding a bike in the rain.
Doesn't seem ideal.
And my mom's taking a video. I don't know how it's going back there.
They were just out there.
I know.
You worried?
Is it a new bike? Is this like a new kind of thing that he's...
It's an e-bike?
Is he a new biker?
He's an idiot.
Oh.
I know where I get it.
Apples don't fall out of trees and end up in different provinces, eh?
Plant potatoes. Grow potatoes.
Oh, we've got the video here.
Yeah. He's senile.
Oh, boy.
She won't believe me.
He's loving life. Look how happy he is. He is. He is riding. That's like one of those, like a Schwinn bike. It's like a cruiser.
Yeah. One of those beach cruisers.
Yeah. Got some fenders. The fenders going. The handlebars that come straight back at you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, happy birthday, D. Maybe that's his birthday gift. Is that what Mama got for him for birthday? What'd you get him?
I got him because he came here and all he did was bitch and moan. I got those stupid things that go in your ear and I can't hear. He needs the noodle wax cleaner thing. And then I got him
the camera,
the big cans to go on his.
Can you believe that Noodles actually ordered it? Like, I get it. You get
friends back in the day. Yeah.
You go down the rabbit hole. You might be tempted. I gotta watch, see what this is. He spent 90 beans on an earwax.
He put his credit card down and
pen, camera, hook trio, 3-in-1, $89.99.
I'm gonna send him a message. We need to see it next week, whether he's at a casino or wherever he is. We might need a demonstration on the show. See if you can do that for us. Tomorrow is game day. Flames at Buffalo taking on the Sabres.
Right now, I've got Afterburner, unless Rhett's flying somewhere because he'll find out tomorrow if he's flying tomorrow.
They asked me to bang the drum tomorrow.
Excuse me?
At the game.
The one that Tamar Hamlin did for the season opener?
Yeah.
Oh, what a distinct privilege and honor.
Are you bullshitting?
No.
That's rad.
They asked you, so there's like a
hey, before we get started,
yes, Scotty said, what's he say here?
He's got incredibly long arms and bad shoulders.
Was instrumental in delivering Chris Drury to Buffalo.
Want a game appearance tomorrow night, starting with banging the drum?
Won a Stanley Cup in 1999. Oh, wait.
Should have.
Typo.
Not your fault.
Well, you should do that then.
Did I tell you I watched that game the other day?
No.
Why would you?
How could you? Jesus.
Well, no, not the loss. The 99. Game 5, the Toronto game when we beat them in Toronto.
Oh, nice. That'd be a better watch for you. Yeah.
Well, it's better because you won, but that is some bad hockey.
Oh, dude, the 04 during the pandemic, they replayed a bunch of those runs.
Yeah,
unwatchable.
Because if it was an entertaining game, you're not winning it.
Well, and
right
when I think back on it, I'm like, fuck, I was fucking good. Like, I was on the ice.
Yeah, you were
all the time, like involved in every other play. Like, my God, I was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then
people.
And
ooh, blown. Oh, missed cover. Oh, you missed the hit.
Oh, pivoted the wrong way.
Back to the net. And I give my kids shit all the time. You skate through the puck to make the play. You don't skate to the puck and stop. Maintain your momentum, make the pass. Fucking bam! I get to the puck and get gone. I didn't have a puck on my stick 4 seconds.
Slap it out. Slap it out. Slap it out.
Gone. Gone. Gone.
Well, you got to go do this. If they're inviting you, you got to do it. And Doug's saying in the comments, you got to wear your Backlund shirt while you're doing it. People will love that.
That's right. Well, you have to do it then, right?
You have to.
Oh, I can go do it, but then I'm going to have a hard time. I'm going to have a hard time
getting home for Afterburner.
Yeah.
How long does it take to get from the rink home?
Well, if you stay for the full game, then you got the traffic.
That's the thing. If he's
last TV timeout, you got to leave or second intermission.
But the thing is, he's a special guest. They're bringing up, what was it? Make a guest appearance and bang. You're going to be on the Jumbotron. They're going to be just throwing rose petals at your feet.
Yeah, all those obligations usually done through 40, though.
The cheerleaders will have the big fans out to keep you cool.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't like to draw attention to myself.
That's true. Selfless.
Humble.
Mm-hmm. I say it all the time.
Oh, that's a show.
Tomorrow. Can't wait to find out.
May or may not be in Calgary, or
I was going to say, it's be hard to bang the drum if you're in Calgary, so you're probably not going to be in Calgary.
Well, if I'm banging a drum, I can't.
Can they postpone the banging to a different drum night or whenever?
I don't like to put off any.
Okay.
At your age, it's best not to. That'll do it. Support the sponsors. Subscribe to the channel. See you tomorrow, buddies.
So dumb.